Hello there, and welcome back to Elements in Focus. Aaron and I are so grateful to have you here. Grant Soliven, for those that have not been with us for a long period of time, and Aaron Rheaume, Director of Financial Planning. For those that are new, welcome to Elements in Focus. Here what Aaron and I try to do is walk through our 5 critical elements and give you little golden nuggets of planning tips that you can take along the way and hopefully improve your financial situation. If you'd like a deeper dive of why we create Elements in Focus and its general purpose and what we do, we created a wonderful video that you can go back and look through to kind of get you primed for future sessions. And so today we are going to focus on legacy planning, and specifically, Aaron, legacy planning and taking care of you, the individual in the documents. Aaron, what do we mean by this?
Yeah, that is a good question, and it's brought up often in our meetings when we go through a legacy planning meeting. When you're laying out your estate plan, whether it's a will or a trust, and a lot of this is trust specific, you're laying things out of what happens when I'm no longer here. What happens when, I pass away, who gets the house, who gets the IRA assets, and so you're laying out your plan of action for when you're no longer with us. And that's fine. That's what the estate documents are for. But so much of those documents are about taking care of you after you're gone. There's not much language inside of those documents about taking care of you while you're still here and present. And so what we encourage people to do is lay out a plan to take care of you when you no longer can make good decisions. So maybe you have there's a mental incompetency. And so what do we have in place that will help avoid situations of future you? And just trying to protect yourself. How do you want to be cared for if there's a situation? Who's going to help you with that care? Do you want to have care in a home or inside of your house? Like, there's so many decisions that need to be made of taking care of you. It takes the burden off to your loved ones of having to make those decisions if they're not already laid out. And so by having discussions, and they're not fun, they're not easy, no one wants to plan for their own demise, but having those conversations up front makes it a much easier journey along the way. And so I'll tag it back to you, Grant. Anything else that you want to add about that?
And thank you for passing the baton, Aaron. Essentially, so we created Financial Enhancement Group Trust Services, FEGTS, for the sole purpose of helping our families and friends complete their financial journey. Mm-hmm. And as Aaron said very well, that journey doesn't actually begin after you pass, right? The completing of the journey, it begins in your estate documents and prior to you passing away. We have found, and it's not a surprise to any of us, that a lot of us fade away. We don't necessarily just go and pass. And so, although those are sad moments, for those of us that have had to witness families decay over time, I don't say that lightly either or to insult, but as we diminish our capacities, it's really hard to watch. And what gets even harder is when we have multiple family members, usually mostly children, adult children, trying to articulate what they thought mom and dad wanted for their care over a period of time, because all they have is a single document saying, okay, Aaron is now medical power of attorney for mom and dad, and there's really no other guidelines. And so take the time to really line out, line by line, what you want your care to look like for you while you're still present, and what you want done with your life savings, your estates, your gifting, etc., when you have that diminished capacity. Because I'll tell you, folks, we are seeing a lot of documents thanks to the trust services side of our firm, and those are all missing. And it's not that there's been nothing to talk about in the past. It's just, it's a piece of the document that no one's really wanted to tackle. And so we're doing that now. And we have a lot of wonderful resources from our trust services side that you can have access to. And so we'll get you to those if you have questions. And speaking of which, if you're looking at evaluating your estate situation and have significant questions like, yeah, Grant, Aaron, we recognize that there's nothing in here. You keep talking about it. We probably should do something about that. Please don't hesitate to reach out, 800-928-4001. For those of our families that are working with our current advisory team, that's something we're doing in a big way this year, is evaluating all of those documents and making sure that piece is in the documents on your behalf. But if you're not working with one of our team members, please reach out to us. Send us questions at talk@feg@yourlifeafterwork.com. We'd love to help you get that engaged. And so don't be there on the sidelines waiting for something to happen when it's too late. Let's get proactive. We'd love to help you. Thank you for the time. Look forward to having those future conversations with you, and I'll see you in the next one.